Hello, welcome to another edition of I Am AAPC. I am Alex McKinley from the National Office, and today we have Laura Smith with us. Laura, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. Thank you so much for volunteering yourself, Laura, to share your story with us. I put out a call to our membership to share their story and experience with us. And you were a stay-at-home mom and looking for a career. Laura, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what kind of work you'd done previously, and how you ended up in the revenue cycle side of healthcare.
Yes, thank you for sharing my story too. But yes, I had little kids at home. Ended up having 4 children, and I was at home with them for years. And when they were little, I kept thinking, one of these days they're going to grow up and they're going to leave me, and I need to have some skills for myself. So I looked into taking a class at home, and there was some classes that I took, and it took me only like 6 months or something to take it. And then later on, as they were growing up, I had an opportunity to get my foot in the door in an office, a neurology office, and I got some experience there. A friend from church was the one that referred me to the job, and then later I followed her to another ophthalmology office, and I learned to love coding. And so I kind of transformed into from a surgery benefits coordinator into a medical billing and surgery billing and coding specialist.
Wow, wow. Well, I want to back this up, Laura. So
Okay.
I have a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
So you're a stay-at-home mom and you're seeking a career. What led you to medical coding exactly?
Just like I said, I wanted to find some skills for myself, so that once I did enter the work field again, that I would have something to offer, something to do, and possibly work from home, something like that in mind.
Well, did you have a friend who worked in the industry, or did you just search on the internet and think, maybe this would work for me? I'll check it out.
It was just something that I just kind of searched for on my own, and kind of heard about that it was an up and coming thing, and I heard about the AAPC back then too, and some of the things that were going on in the classes that were starting and stuff. But yeah.
Okay, so you're just priming the pump, trying to prepare yourself for
Yes.
that. I mean, you're like, my kids aren't getting any younger,
Yes.
and I need to prepare myself. And so you took the course. Did you take the exam right after you took the course?
Oh, well, this wasn't, this first class I took wasn't through the AAPC.
Oh, okay.
But this one prepared me for the jobs entering the workforce. And then later, I was, I've had like 10 years of experience in medical billing and coding. And I got laid off due to COVID. And that's when I had the opportunity to take the time for myself to get my CPC through the AAPC.
Okay, so you, prior to being AAP certified, you had some medical and coding experience.
Yes.
Okay, so this just kind of has helped you further your career, I guess, further establish your who you are as a medical coder.
Right.
Okay. All right. And so now I'm stumped, Laura, because like you had all of this experience. Like how many years of experience did you have prior to being certified?
Well, like I said, about 10 years experience in the medical billing field, but only about 6 to 8 actually medical coding experience.
COVID happens. I'm noticing this a lot. COVID has either set people on a path to finally get certified, or they are in a completely different career field and jumped into medical coding because of COVID. So here you are, you finally have this because of the layoff.
Yes.
And get certified.
Yes.
And what was that process like? Did you sign up for our education and tutorials? prior to taking the exam?
I actually found out about some funding through Work One because I was on unemployment, and which led me to the instructor that I had, Lois Whitaker, and she helped me get everything to go through, and that's how I got my funding and got it paid for, and everything went through great. It was a great experience.
And how valuable was all of your previous work history in preparing you for the exam? Did you feel like you had to hit the books hard? I don't know if you took practice exams, and tell us about that?
I didn't try to take any practice exams.
Okay.
There's still a lot I felt like that I learned in the class, and there was, the guidelines and everything. It was, it was like I couldn't go over it enough. But I don't know. I'm obsessed with coding, so it's just like one of those things that I just, I felt like I didn't know enough. I was still nervous on the day that I took my exam, but like I said, I had a great instructor.
Yeah. So at this point, we probably had the CP exam available online. Did you take it in person then?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. And what was that experience like? It's 5 hours, 40 minutes. Did you feel like you had enough time? Like, were you stressed out of your mind? Tell us about exam day, Laura. What would you have done differently, even?
I probably would have. I probably still would have I would have studied a little bit more the day before, because I was a little nervous that I did take advice from people. They told me to take a day off before the exam and not to, look at anything or whatever. But the day of the test, it was at a hotel, and it ended up only being two of us that took the test on that day.
Wow. Wow.
And it was very quiet. It was no stress. I mean, it was just, I don't know if I should say this, but we could get up and go to the bathroom if we needed to. It was no problem. We just, you couldn't have your cell phone. You couldn't do anything like that. And
Yeah.
the time that was definitely a factor. You definitely have to skip the hard questions and wait to the end so you can get through the test. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a great tip for those who are preparing for the exam. Any other tips for those studying for the exam? What would you say to them?
Definitely the tabbing your books and the studying the guidelines. I watched videos, and then the checklist that the AAPC puts on the website before the test to make sure that you have everything. I went over that like, I don't know, 3-4 times, make sure I had everything, and down to the quiet snacks.
Yeah. Yeah, it all mapped out. You knew exactly what you're doing. Oh, funny. Well, so you had this time to take the exam, you passed the exam, and are you currently seeking employment as a coder, or are you currently employed?
No, I am currently taking offers.
Okay. All right. Just so the world knows, Laura Smith is ready for you.
Yes.
Where are you located, Laura? What state?
In Canby, Indiana.
Okay. All right. And have you had a chance to connect with your medical coding community through the local chapter there, or are you looking for something remote?
I am looking for something remote, but I have not went to any of the chapter meetings. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I haven't any of those yet, but I am looking to connect with them. And I've had a couple offers, but I'm probably going to have to decide something really soon. So
yeah.
And I may not be able to get the job that I want right now, but I'm going to get there because I'm going to get more experience to get me what I want.
Yeah. So it's not that offers haven't come in, because you've had them come in.
Well, yeah, but I can't take a job making $15 an hour.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So you have expectations and parameters that you're working with. All right. All right. And you're not new to this. So, you kind of expect to make a little bit more.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. That's fair enough. All right. Well, that's cool. That's awesome. And I don't know. I mean, you have so much experience, and now you're certified. I'm sure that doors will open up. Yeah, I'm sure you're doing this, but just continue to network. That's what we always say is, reach out to your local chapters. And you're not limited to your own local chapter these days because of COVID, the virtual world has opened that up a little bit more.
Yeah, I
Build
love
those
the
relationships.
websites and the groups on Facebook and stuff. I've been using those, and I've probably applied for like 60 jobs, and I've gotten a lot of those from Indeed and on there, that I've found out about the openings. So
Okay.
That's been very helpful.
Okay. We might need to do a part 2 to your interview where you ended up. Now, Laura, having worked so many years in the industry, medical coding and billing already, there's so many different paths you could take. Is there a path that you think, hey, maybe I might be interested in being an educator or compliance manager or something else?
I wouldn't mind being in the education field or the auditing. I like both of those.
Okay. All right. Now, you said you're addicted to coding. I think you used that word.
I am. I love just everything about it. I love learning it. I could sit here and research something all day. I feel like an investigator when you're doing this job.
Okay. So you're a problem solver.
Yes.
Putting the pieces of the puzzle together. All right. Well, cool. Well, Laura, thanks for sharing your story with us. So just kind of going back to those who may be watching this looking for inspiration, what would you say to someone who may be exploring the possibilities of working as a medical coder? And you're in a unique position, having worked for a long time, but currently seeking the right fit for you. What would you say to someone who's seeking this as a possible career path?
I would say go for it. Especially right now, it seems like the doors are opening all over. It may not be the one that you want right now, but you kind of got to build up to that and just take little steps because you're getting experience along the way. I mean, every little thing, whether it's you're getting some experience with the facility billing or a hospital or an outpatient center or a specialty, I think every little thing helps. It makes you stick out.
Yeah.
Especially helps on all those assessments you have to take when you fill out applications.
Noted. All right. Listen to Laura. Yep. Very good. All right, Laura. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. And we look forward to hearing about where you end up. Maybe we can just grab you for after you get work, ping me, and then we'll do a little follow-up in the Facebook group so everybody can hear where you end up working. So, all right. Well, okay, we are back with Laura. And we are doing something unusual, but we like our AAPC interviews to end on a happy note. And while Laura has worked as a coder for many years, if you recall, she was looking for the right job. It wasn't that she wasn't getting offers, she wasn't getting the right offers. So Laura, you're back with some good news. Tell us about what has happened since we last spoke a few weeks ago.
Yes, I ended up interviewing with a great company called Ensemble, and I got hired on, and so I'm actually in my second week. I had a full week of training, and it was mainly orientation, I guess, about the whole company, and which is awesome. They're really good, great with investing in their employees, and then I just now started into actually training for my job, which I'm actually in AR right now, but hopefully I'll be moving around a little bit in the future, and definitely excited about it.
All right. Well, that's great to hear. Great news. Yes. And I'm sure a relief for you to find that right job.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that's good to hear. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. And remind me, Laura, where are you located out of?
I live in Indiana.
Okay. And is this company local to your city?
No, actually, they're in South Carolina.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So this is a remote position.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Working from home.
Okay. Well, great work. We just wanted everybody to get this current update on Laura, and it's great to see that things have worked out in your favor, and you were persistent, weren't you?
Yes, I did a lot of homework on companies, and I was trying to find the right one for me, and one that I wanted to stay with for a while, and that was known for being good at investing in their employees. So they're really, they have a lot of training, and the next step is a CRCR. So that's my next goal.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations, Laura. Thanks for the update.
Thank you.
All right.